Mi-Go. The Mi-Go, also known as the fungi from Yuggoth, are an extragalactic species that originated from the planet Yuggoth, although they are not native to it. They are believed to have colonized numerous worlds across the cosmos, including Yuggoth, which was previously considered to be the dwarf planet Pluto. The exact circumstances of their arrival on Yuggoth and subsequent expansion into other realms remain a mystery. It is speculated that they possess advanced interplanetary travel capabilities, utilizing their wings to navigate through the ether of outer space. The Mi-Go exhibit a diverse range of physical characteristics, with various types and variations existing within their species. Their average length is approximately 5 feet, although larger specimens can reach the size of a grizzly bear. They possess crustaceous bodies adorned with large dorsal fins or membranous wings and multiple sets of articulated limbs. In the place of a head, they have a convoluted ellipsoid structure covered in numerous short antennae. Their bodies are composed of a unique form of matter that does not occur naturally on Earth, making them fundamentally alien to terrestrial life. The Mi-Go are a highly advanced species, boasting extensive scientific and technological knowledge. Their expertise in surgical techniques and neuroscience is particularly notable. They possess remarkable proficiency in modifying their own bodies and those of other organisms. Using their advanced surgical skills, they can perform intricate procedures such as body modifications and brain extraction. These abilities enable them to manipulate their physical forms and adapt to different environments. The Mi-Go exhibit telepathic and communicative capabilities. They can change the color of their heads to convey messages among themselves, but they have also mastered various human languages. When communicating verbally, their voices have a distinct buzzy quality, lending an eerie tone to their speech. In addition, they possess the ability of telepathy, allowing them to communicate directly through the mind. The Mi-Go have achieved a high level of technological advancement, particularly in the fields of medicine and surgery. They possess advanced medical technologies and sophisticated equipment. Their inventions include the Mi-Go brain cylinder, a device used to remove and preserve the brains of other beings, allowing for communication and sensory perception. They have also created a range of technological marvels such as the bioweb armor, the earthquake mining machine, the electric gun, and the mist projector. Additionally, they have developed a network of magical gates that connect their outposts across different realms. The Mi-Go worship and revere several entities within the Cthulhu mythos. Among those they venerate are Nyarlathotep, Shub-Niggurath, Sedmeluk, Yog-Sothoth, Groth, Ubosathla, and Gizguth. Their moral system is profoundly alien and often appears malevolent from a human perspective. Some accounts suggest a conflict between the Mi-Go and the Elder Gods, with the Mi-Go being at war with them. There are conflicting reports regarding their relationship with Hastur, as some sources describe the Mi-Go as despised by the entity, while others suggest that they serve and worship Hastur, with an alliance existing between the Mi-Go and the Bayaki. The Mi-Go established their presence on Earth approximately 100 million years ago during the Jurassic period. They arrived to mine rare metallic ores and minerals, conduct research on various species, including humans, and pursue other enigmatic objectives. During this period, they faced conflicts with the Elder Things, but ultimately managed to repel their attacks. Following these encounters, the Mi-Go settled primarily in the northern hemisphere, establishing hidden mining bases in the Andes, Appalachians, and Himalayas. Due to their inability to consume earth food, they resorted to cultivating fungi as a source of nourishment, utilizing the minerals they collected in their mining operations. Over the centuries, the Mi-Go maintained a presence in secluded regions such as the Vermont Hills and the Himalayas on Earth. They typically traversed the land using all of their limbs, but were also capable of standing on their hindmost pair of limbs, leaving the others free to manipulate objects or carry items. Despite their blind nature, they possessed keen senses that allowed them to perceive the world around them. The Mi-Go's technology and knowledge of advanced surgical techniques allowed them to conduct experiments and studies on various organisms, including humans. Their ability to extract and preserve brains in the brain cylinders enabled them to transport individuals to Yuggoth and other realms, facilitating interplanetary travel. They were most active during the night, especially on moonless nights when they could operate without the interference of sunlight. Their mastery of technology extended beyond medical advancements. The The Mi-Go were responsible for the creation of biological automatons, mystical gates, and an array of innovative devices such as the electric gun, earthquake mining machine, and mist projector. These technological marvels showcased their ingenuity and provided them with an advantage in their pursuits. Throughout their history, the Mi-Go remained enigmatic and elusive to human understanding. Their motivations and long-term goals remained largely unknown, as did the full extent of their interactions with other cosmic entities. Conflicting accounts from different sources, including their relationship with Hastur and the Elder Gods, added to the mystery surrounding their existence. Serpent People, full atavism. The Serpent People, also known as Snake Men, Serpent Folk, or Volutions, are a non-human species that bear a striking resemblance to snakes. Although they possess somewhat humanoid limbs, they have a long and complex history intertwined with prehistoric humans. Legends suggest that they once ruled the Earth before the rise of humanity, but eventually faced conflicts with their human counterparts. The origins of the Serpent People can be traced back to their ancient city of Shugun during the Mesozoic era. However, around 65 million years ago, their city was destroyed, leading them to relocate to Elder Volusia, situated on the Thurian continent. Over time, smaller groups of Serpent People dispersed throughout the world, with America being one of the probable sites of their settlements. The Serpent People possessed a highly advanced civilization characterized by their mastery of both science and sorcery. Their scientific knowledge far surpassed that of humans during their time of dominance. They were capable of wielding powerful arcane forces and conducting elaborate rituals that harnessed the energies of the cosmos. One of their most notable abilities was the power to shapeshift and assume the form of any humanoid life form at will. This shapeshifting skill allowed them to infiltrate human socio-political systems, gaining power and influence from within. Their disguises were so convincing that they could seamlessly blend in with human society, making it difficult to discern their true nature. Throughout their history, the Serpent People faced several defeats when they clashed with mankind. They were known to employ other entities as their slaves, such as the Goat Spawn and the Shoggoths. The Goat Spawn were creatures introduced by Richard L. Tierney, while the Shoggoths were a creation of HP Lovecraft. The Serpent People utilized these subservient beings to carry out their bidding and fulfill various tasks. Several named Serpent People have emerged in the mythology surrounding them. Among them are Shrithsa, Zloigam, Sisha, and Sathasa. These individuals may have played significant roles in the Serpent People's history or stood out due to their unique abilities or accomplishments. The concept of the Serpent People was independently conceived by two renowned authors, Robert E. Howard and Clark Ashton Smith. Their contributions laid the foundation for the portrayal of these creatures within the Cthulhu mythos. Subsequently, HP Lovecraft, Lynn Carter, and John R. Fultz expanded upon their ideas, weaving the Serpent People into the rich tapestry of the mythos. Richard L. Tierney introduced additional elements, such as the Goat Spawn and Shoggoths, in the story The Temple of the Abomination, co-authored with Howard. Ghast, unwholesome scabrous beast. The true origin of the Ghasts remains a mystery, but they are believed to have originated in the Dreamlands, a realm beyond the waking world. It is suggested that they may be distant relatives of the horrible semi-human bipeds ridden by the morally degenerate inhabitants of the inner world of Canyon. This connection hints at the possibility of the Serpent People's involvement in genetic experimentation, leading to the creation of the Ghasts. Ghasts are humanoid creatures with a grotesque appearance. They have scabrous and unwholesome bodies, standing at a size comparable to a small horse. Despite the absence of a nose, forehead, and other essential features, their faces bear an unsettling resemblance to those of humans. Ghasts move with a peculiar hopping motion, propelled by their long hind legs, reminiscent of kangaroos. These creatures are repulsive in nature, covered in unsightly scabs and blemishes. Their skin is pale and sickly, reflecting their preference for darkness and avoidance of sunlight. Ghasts have developed adaptations to thrive in subterranean environments, such as underworld labyrinths, cavern networks, and deep tunnel systems. Some abilities for Ghasts include fear of sunlight. Ghasts shun sunlight and are fearful of direct exposure. When exposed to sunlight, they sicken and may eventually die. This vulnerability to light is a significant weakness that can be exploited by those who seek to repel or eliminate Ghasts. Pack hunting. Ghasts are known to live in communities, often consisting of 10 to 20 members. In some cases, these communities can expand to accommodate 60 or more individuals. While Ghasts prefer to roam alone or in pairs, they are capable of hunting in larger packs. They utilize their knowledge of underground networks to herd and trap their prey. Cannibalistic nature. Ghasts exhibit cannibalistic tendencies, preying not only on other beings that enter their domains, but also on their own kind. They are savage and primitive creatures, driven by their instinctual desire for sustenance. Close relationships between Ghasts are rare due to their cannibalistic nature. Docility and amenable to command. Despite their savage nature, Ghasts can be relatively docile and amenable to command when under the control of wizards or individuals capable of exerting their will. This characteristic has led some to employ Ghasts as guardians. However, there is a risk of brooding resentment if left unattended, potentially causing them to turn against their supposed allies. Encounters with Ghasts are most likely to occur in places devoid of sunlight, deep within the earth where darkness reigns. They are rarely seen in the waking world and are typically associated with the Dreamlands. Humans who venture into their territories should exercise extreme caution, as Ghasts are territorial, aggressive, and prone to cannibalism. The cannibalistic nature of Ghasts extends not only to other creatures but also to humans. They pose a significant threat to unsuspecting explorers or individuals who become lost in their underground realms. Their hunting tactics, combined with their adaptability to underground environments, make them formidable adversaries. Scholars and researchers warn against attempting to establish any form of alliance or communication with Ghasts due to their inherent savage nature. While it is possible to command and control them under specific circumstances, their primitive instincts are difficult to suppress entirely. Ghoul, mocking charnel feeder. Ghouls, also known as darkkin, gulls, fiends, corpse eaters, grave lurkers, grave robbers, or tomb dwellers, are a species of cannibalistic humanoids that originated in the depths of the Cthulhu mythos. The true origin of ghouls remains shrouded in mystery, but it is believed that they have existed since ancient times, lurking in the shadows and feeding on the flesh of the dead. Some scholars speculate that ghouls may have evolved from a human ancestral line that diverged and adapted to their subterranean existence. Ghouls are loathsome creatures with a grotesque appearance. They possess rubbery, pallid skin and stand roughly bipedal, although their posture is slumped forward, reminiscent of a canine. Their feet resemble hooves, and their features exhibit a mix of bestial and canine characteristics. Ghouls have long, sharp claws that aid them in their macabre feasting upon rotting remains. Their overall physique is wiry and agile, allowing them to navigate the underground tunnels they call home. Ghouls have developed several unique abilities to survive and thrive in their subterranean existence. Necrotic feast. Ghouls possess an insatiable appetite for corpse flesh. They feast upon the decaying remains of the dead, indulging in the unspeakable delights of rotting flesh. It is believed that their consumption of the memories and essence of the devoured individuals adds a certain relish to their repulsive meals. Subterranean tunnels. Ghoul tunnels crisscross beneath the surface, intertwining with the human world. While most tunnels remain within the waking world, certain deep passages connect to the Dreamlands, allowing ghouls to traverse between dimensions. Longevity. Ghouls are known for their longevity, often living for centuries. Over time, they undergo a transformation that erodes their original humanity, leaving behind little trace of their former selves. Some ghouls claim that all members of their kind were once human, blurring the line between true ghouls and those who were once human. Symbiotic relationships. Ghouls have an uncertain relationship with humanity. Some ghouls entertain dialogue and even engage in commerce with witches, sorcerers, and those seeking forbidden pleasures. Certain human cults have developed symbiotic relationships with ghouls, providing protection and discretion in exchange for access to the forbidden banquets of flesh. Ghouls occupy a peculiar space within the Cthulhu mythos. They dwell on the fringes of civilization, hidden at the edges of human settlements. When strife and war bring an increase in human casualties, ghouls gather to revel in the abundance of flesh. While many fear and revile ghouls, others view them with a macabre fascination, as subjects for morbid art and dark inspiration. Ghoul cults exist among humans, ranging from exclusive gatherings of the elite to more secretive and earthy assemblies. These cannibalistic cults provide their members with access to forbidden feasts, where they partake in the consumption of human flesh. In some cases, these cults become entwined with real ghouls, establishing a symbiotic relationship that benefits both parties. The true nature of ghouls and their connection to humanity remains a subject of speculation and dread. Their gibbering and meeping tongues add an eerie quality to their existence, and the secrets of their origin and purpose continue to elude those who delve into the mysteries of the Cthulhu mythos. Star Vampire, Invisible Ravener. The origins of the star vampires remain a cosmic mystery. Ancient texts and forbidden tomes suggest that they hail from the darkest reaches of the cosmos, far beyond mortal comprehension. Some speculate that they are ancient and malevolent entities that have existed since the dawn of time, while others believe they are emissaries of unfathomable alien civilizations. Regardless of their true origin, the star vampires are considered harbingers of cosmic horror and wielders of unimaginable power. In their natural state, star vampires exist as ethereal entities, invisible to the naked eye. They possess the ability to traverse the void of space effortlessly, drawn to worlds teeming with life. Once they find a suitable prey, their insatiable hunger drives them to materialize in the physical realm. The process begins with the absorption of blood, gradually transforming their translucent forms into a vivid crimson hue. It is only when their bodies are engorged with the life force of their victims that they become fully visible. The star vampire's true horror lies in its physical manifestation. Resembling a grotesque amalgamation of a jellyfish and a nightmarish abomination, it lacks a conventional head or discernible facial features. Instead, a massive maw dominates its gelatinous form, ready to rend and devour anything unfortunate enough to cross its path. Numerous muscular tentacles radiate from its body, each possessing the strength to crush a human with ease. The tentacle tips house sucker-like appendages, enabling the star vampire to extract the blood from its victims with macabre precision. The star vampires possess an unnerving ability to manipulate gravity and space-time itself. They can bend the fabric of reality, distorting perception and ensnaring their prey within nightmarish dimensions. Victims caught in their gravitational web experience disorientation, confusion, and an overwhelming sense of terror. The star vampires are also known for their insidious psychic influence, capable of inducing madness and paranoia in those who come into contact with their eldritch presence. A star vampire, when fully corporeal, is a sight of pure terror. Its gory crimson form glistens with the stolen lifeblood of its victims, its gelatinous body pulsating with an otherworldly energy. Devoid of eyes or discernible facial features, it emanates an aura of malevolence that chills the bones of even the most hardened investigators of the unknown. The multiple muscular tentacles that extend from its central mass writhe and undulate with a preternatural grace, each one ending in a cluster of blood-draining suckers. The appendages move with a serpentine fluidity, capable of striking with lightning speed or constricting their prey in an iron grip. The star vampire's massive maw, lined with rows of razor-sharp teeth, opens impossibly wide, emitting a cacophony of unearthly shrieks and ghoulish laughter that resonates through the very fabric of reality. Legends speak of the star vampires as ancient cosmic jesters, their eerie laughter echoing throughout the cosmos as they revel in their insidious acts. The sound of their laughter, a haunting symphony of lunacy, sends shivers down the spines of those unfortunate enough to hear it, foreshadowing their impending doom at the hands of these insatiable monstrosities. Whispers within the esoteric circles suggest a possible connection between the star vampires and the enigmatic deity Tsathoggua. The forbidden grimoire, De Vermis Mysterious, penned by the infamous Ludwig Prynne, alludes to the star vampires as the toad-like servants. Dimensional Shambler, the mortarously malign. The dimensional shamblers are hulking extra-dimensional entities that originate from a lower dimension described as a long, gray, oozing plain beneath skies where the fumes of hell writhe like a million ghostly and distorted dragons. In this dimension, thousands, if not more, dimensional shamblers reside. Humans unfortunate enough to be pulled into this dimension find themselves sinking into the gray ooze, where their minds and souls are devoured by the insatiable shamblers. Dimensional shamblers are seemingly outlandish combinations of crustaceans, insects, and ape-like mammals. Their bodies are hulking and distorted, adorned with thick plates of armor in some areas and loose, rugose skin in others. Their heads are rudimentary, featuring black points of light as eyes set in a misshapen, primitive head. Their mouths are misaligned and malformed, resembling little more than misshapen holes. Protruding from their arms are large, talon-like clawed appendages. The dimensional Shamblers possess the ability to traverse between dimensions, effortlessly walking between the planes and worlds of the cosmos. They spend minimal time at any given location, making them enigmatic and elusive. It remains unclear whether they are a distinct interdimensional species or constructs created to serve a higher power but now roam freely. These entities can be summoned to our dimension through specific spells or sheer willpower, often called upon by those who seek to harness their hunting prowess. Once summoned, dimensional Shamblers exhibit a keen interest in hunting victims. They employ a form of hypnosis, seemingly grabbing at their chosen victim, but actually using their mesmerizing abilities. However, individuals with strong willpower can resist their influence and break free. When attempting to draw a victim into their own dimension, the dimensional Shamblers summon as many of their cohorts as necessary. The surrounding environment seems to disappear behind them, and their dimension becomes visible. Victims who are successfully pulled into their dimension have their fate sealed, as their minds and souls are devoured by the ravenous Shamblers. In addition to their interdimensional abilities, the Shamblers can effortlessly move and appear within our own dimension. They exhibit an uncanny agility, seemingly leaping between locations with ease. The motivations and purpose of dimensional Shamblers remain a mystery. While rumors suggest that they occasionally serve the outer gods and great old ones, their individual goals and desires remain unknown. Whether they are independent beings or servants of higher powers, their ultimate agenda remains elusive. Leng Spider, immense web spinner. The Spider of Leng, also known as the Leng Spider, originates from the Dreamlands, specifically the Plateau of Leng. The Spider of Leng is a formidable arachnid creature with a striking purple hue. While they share similarities with terrestrial spiders, their size is far more imposing. The smaller specimens are roughly the size of a Shetland pony, while larger ones can tower over an elephant. Their appearance is both mesmerizing and unsettling, with long, spindly legs and multifaceted, luminous eyes. Some of the Spider of Leng's abilities include intelligence. The Spider of Leng possesses a heightened level of intelligence, surpassing that of ordinary animals. They exhibit cunning and strategic thinking, making them formidable adversaries in their domain. Cannibalistic nature. These sentient creatures are cannibalistic in nature, willing to prey upon their own kind. The concept of survival of the fittest resonates deeply within their society, and weaker individuals are often consumed. Venomous bite. The Spider of Leng possesses a venomous bite of immense potency. Their venom, when injected into their prey, induces paralysis and hallucinations, heightening the victim's fear and vulnerability. Web spinning. Similar to their earthly counterparts, the Spiders of Leng are adept at spinning intricate webs. These webs serve both as traps to disable unsuspecting intruders and as shelter for the spiders themselves. Wall climbing. With remarkable dexterity, the Spider of Leng can scale sheer surfaces effortlessly. This ability allows them to traverse their mountainous habitat with ease, granting them a tactical advantage against potential threats. In the distant past, the Spiders of Leng ruled over the entire plateau of Leng within Earth's Dreamlands. However, their reign came to an end following a prolonged war with the Men of Leng. Defeated and forced to retreat, the Spiders relinquished much of their homeland, taking refuge in the southern mountains and vales of the enigmatic realm. To this day, the Spiders of Leng remain vigilant in their chosen territory. Gug, unclean giant. The origins of the Gugs trace back to the mysterious realm known as the Dreamlands. Existing beyond the boundaries of conventional reality, the Dreamlands serve as a realm of dreams and imagination. It is believed that the Gugs were birthed from the darkest recesses of the Dreamlands, a manifestation of ancient and primeval fears. It is speculated that they are creations of the Great Ones themselves, serving as guardians and enforcers of their dominion within the Dreamlands. Gugs are truly fearsome entities, inspiring terror with their monstrous appearance. Towering at a height of approximately 16 feet, they possess an imposing and muscular frame. Their bodies are covered in thick black fur, lending them an aura of primal savagery. The most unsettling feature of the Gugs is their vertically opening mouth, which stretches from the crown of their head to the base, revealing rows of enormous yellow fangs, Two beady, pink eyes jut out from either side of their head, set amidst bony protuberances bristling with coarse hairs. Their limbs are characterized by a peculiar bifurcation at the elbows, resulting in 4 separate forearms that end in formidable talons. This unique anatomical structure grants them unparalleled strength and agility in their domain. Gugs possess a variety of abilities that make them formidable adversaries. Their immense physical strength allows them to rend and tear through solid materials with ease, rending flesh and shattering bone. With their swift and agile movements, they navigate the treacherous terrain of the Dreamlands effortlessly, leaping great distances and scaling towering structures. Their acute senses enable them to detect even the faintest of disturbances in the ethereal fabric of their realm, making them exceptional guardians of the Dreamlands. Furthermore, Gugs exhibit a certain level of intelligence and cunning. While their motivations may be inscrutable to mortal minds, they are known to be devout worshippers of the Great Ones. It is speculated that they serve as loyal enforcers, carrying out the will of their eldritch deities and protecting the sacred grounds of Kadath, where the Great Ones reside. The Gug's allegiance to these godlike beings grants them a measure of otherworldly power, allowing them to tap into forces beyond mortal comprehension. Encounters with these abominable creatures are rare and often fatal for those unfortunate enough to cross paths with them. Their presence in the Dreamlands serves as a constant reminder of the underlying horrors and ancient secrets that lie hidden within the vast and nebulous realms of the Cthulhu mythos. Elder Thing, city boulder eons old. The Elder Things are a species of ancient alien beings that originated from outer space. They arrived on Earth approximately 1 billion years ago, potentially kickstarting terrestrial life through arcane experimentation. The Elder Things have a distinctive appearance. They are barrel-shaped entities, measuring around 6 feet in height, with a wingspan of 7 feet. Their bodies are gray in color and display 5 vertical ridges. Between these ridges, wing-like membranes can unfold from interior cavities. They have 5 flexible arms spaced around their central body mass, each ending in a conglomeration of small tentacles or tendrils. Atop the bulbous neck, a 5-pointed starfish-like head rises, with 5 stalks ending in eyes. There is an aperture resembling a mouth on top of the head. Below the central body, they have 5 flexible legs, each ending in a paddle or flipper-like appendage. The Elder Things possess advanced technology and vast biological knowledge. They are highly resilient and can withstand extreme conditions such as the deep ocean and the vacuum of space. Their bodies are incredibly tough and composed of normal terrestrial matter. They have the ability to hibernate for long periods and can survive for extended epochs of time. The Elder Things exhibit both animal and vegetable characteristics. They have a unique 5-lobed brain and radial symmetry. They are capable of both atmospheric flight and sailing through space using their retractable wings. With their 5 sets of tentacles, they can swim and manipulate objects. The beings are also amphibious, able to exist in both water and land environments. Their blood is thick and green, emitting a repugnant stench detectable from a distance. The presence of Elder Things often causes dogs to become violent and aggressive. The Elder Things were once highly advanced and played a significant role in Earth's history. They created the Shoggoths, a race of slaves engineered for various purposes, including building their vast cities. However, the Shoggoths eventually rebelled, hastening the decline of the Elder Things' civilization. Over the course of centuries, the Elder Things engaged in wars with other alien entities that arrived on Earth, such as the Mi-Go and Cthulhu's Starspawn. These conflicts, combined with internal rebellions and the onset of the Ice Age, led the Elder Things to retreat to their remaining city in what is now Antarctica. The combination of Shoggoth rebellions and the encroaching Ice Age ultimately led to the extinction of the Elder Thing civilization. While their surface cities have become frozen relics, living communities of Elder Things still exist in the deepest parts of the ocean. Some banned texts suggest the possibility of non-degenerate Elder Things residing among the stars. The Elder Things possessed highly advanced technology, although specific details are scarce. They had a profound understanding of genetic engineering and synthesized numerous life forms, including the Shoggoths and ancestral forms of Earth's native life. Their architecture reflected their 5-pointed symmetry and was primarily constructed by the Shoggoths. In their society, families did not form due to their method of reproduction through spores. Elder things lived together with others they could get along with in large dwellings, leaving the walls open for intricate murals. They had complex governments, likely socialistic in nature, engaged in extensive commerce, and employed a unique five-pointed currency. Agriculture, stock raising, mining, and manufacturing were part of their civilization, and they had the ability to travel great distances with their exceptional speed. It is believed that the Elder Things played a role in the appearance of the first life forms on Earth, including Ubosathla. Their remains and the ruins of their city were discovered in Antarctica in 1931 by an Antarctic expedition from Miskatonic University. Although the city is now frozen in ice, it remains a testament to the once great civilization of the Elder Things. In other appearances across various media, the Elder Things have been depicted and referenced. Their unique physiology and history have captured the imagination of authors and artists, expanding their presence beyond Lovecraft's original works. In Barlow's Guide to Extraterrestrials, the Elder Things are portrayed with solar sails, harnessing the power of solar wind for propulsion. They have also made appearances in works such as A Colder War by Charles Stross, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Black Dossier by Alan Moore, and the video game Canarium, further cementing their status as iconic entities within the Cthulhu mythos. Chthonian, Tentacled Burrower. The Chthonians, also known as Burrowers Beneath, Deep Crawlers, Dark Tunnelers, Helmetodes, or Gaharn Spawn, are massive burrowing worm-like creatures that exist in the expanded Cthulhu mythos. They are believed to be a diminutive form or splinter species of the Dholes. While their exact origins are unknown, they have been associated with the mysterious city of Gaharn, located somewhere in Africa. Gaharn is considered a sacred or significant site where great gatherings of Chthonians have been reported by those who claim to have visited the city. It is speculated that the Chthonians have a special connection to this location. Chthonians are immense creatures that bear little resemblance to any other known life forms on Earth. They have tough, elongated bodies, reminiscent of worms, which are coated with a viscous and vicious slime. Their bodies have a pulpy, gray-black appearance and lack any distinguishing features, except for their flowing tentacles. At the upper body, there is a lump or container that houses the brain or basal ganglia, which governs their loathsome existence. Chthonians emit a chanting sound, making it possible to detect their presence even when they are underground and unseen. Chthonians possess a range of extraordinary abilities. They have the power of telepathy, enabling them to communicate with other members of their race anywhere in the world. They are also capable of sensing the minds of humans and other beings. Fully grown Chthonians can exercise telepathic control over members of other species. These creatures are exceptional burrowers, able to tunnel through rock as easily as if it were butter. They do not require air to breathe and can withstand extreme temperatures of up to 4,000 degrees Celsius, 7,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Additionally, adult Chthonians possess the ability to create powerful earthquakes. Despite their formidable abilities, Chthonians are highly susceptible to water. While their slimy coating offers some protection against small amounts of water, immersion in larger bodies or pockets of water can be fatal to them. Chthonian eggs resemble geodes or other spherical mineral formations. They have shells that are 2 inches, 5 centimeters, thick, and a diameter of approximately 1 foot, 30 centimeters. Hatchlings, the initial stage of Chthonian growth, are the size of larger than average earthworms and can only withstand temperatures of up to 104 degree F, 40 degrees C. Among the Chthonians, the most prominent individual is the gigantic creature known as Shudamel. This colossal entity is worshipped by other Chthonians, and its presence commands reverence and awe. The significance of Shudamel in the Chthonian hierarchy is not fully understood, but it is believed to be a powerful and ancient being within their society. The concept of Chthonians was created by Brian Lumley, who introduced them in his short story, Cement Surroundings, 1969. However, they gained greater prominence in Lumley's novel, The Burrowers Beneath, 1974. The inspiration for the name Chthonians was derived from the Greek word chthon, which means earth, and refers to beings associated with the underworld in Greek mythology. Although not directly based on HP Lovecraft's works, the Chthonians became an integral part of the expanded Cthulhu mythos in works by other authors, building upon Lovecraft's legacy. Moonbeast, the torture lover. The Moonbeasts hail from the mysterious and otherworldly realm of the Dreamlands, specifically the moon that exists within that realm. They are enigmatic creatures that were first introduced in the mind-bending tale, The Dream Quest of Unknown Khath. Moonbeasts possess a distinct and eerie appearance. They are pale and squat, resembling toads in their overall physique. Instead of eyes, their faces are adorned with a writhing mass of pink tentacles that quiver and writhe in a mesmerizing fashion. These creatures emit a repugnant odor that permeates the air around them. Their strength surpasses that of ordinary beings, granting them an almost superhuman level of power. Despite lacking traditional vision, moonbeasts possess an extraordinary sense of perception, capable of discerning their surroundings with uncanny accuracy. This heightened awareness allows them to navigate the Dreamlands and carry out their dark deeds without relying on sight. Moonbeasts are skilled sailors, navigating the Dreamland's vast expanse using their sinister black galleys. They utilize these vessels to traverse the ethereal seas that connect the moon and the Dreamlands. Moonbeasts are not known for their vocalizations. Instead, they communicate through a series of haunting flute melodies, which they employ to direct their servants and interact with other entities. Their unique language remains a mystery to those who have not been ensnared within their clutches. Moonbeasts are notorious for their involvement in the despicable trade of human slaves and gold within the Dreamlands. Their preferred port of operation is Dilathleen, a bustling hub where they exchange their prized rubies for enslaved individuals and precious treasures. To conceal their true nature, they employ the assistance of the enigmatic men of Leng, who disguise themselves with turbans to avoid revealing their own dark forms. Moonbeasts' presence in the Dreamlands is shrouded in secrecy, as they rarely reveal themselves directly. However, their sinister influence can be felt throughout the realm, and those who have encountered them speak of the chilling aura that surrounds these creatures. Dhole, burrowing horror. The Dholes, also known as Boles, deathworms, Dhole, great eaters, Khole, maws of death, or planet devourers, originate from the Dreamlands. It is believed that they are not native to Earth but have managed to traverse different worlds, leaving destruction in their wake. The exact means by which they travel between worlds remain a mystery, although some speculate that they possess the ability to swim through space or force their way through the interdimensional fabric of dreams to reach distant places. Dholes are immense worm-like creatures, stretching over 600 feet in length and reaching a thickness of 20 feet. Their bodies are covered in an armor-like layer of thick, chitinous sections, providing them with formidable protection. At one end of their massive form is a feasting mouth, concealed beneath a segmented aperture. This opening closes tightly when the Dhole burrows beneath the surface, shielding its ravenous maw from sight. Dholes are predominantly nocturnal creatures, rarely appearing in daylight except on worlds they have fully conquered. While they can tolerate direct light, they prefer to shroud themselves in darkness. Their massive bodies exude a viscous goo that renders their features nearly indistinguishable, making it challenging to discern any specific characteristics. The slimy touch of a Dhole is known to send shivers down the spines of those unfortunate enough to encounter them. These colossal entities possess incredible burrowing capabilities, allowing them to carve through the earth with ease. They leave a trail of devastation in their wake, as they have ravaged countless worlds, consuming them from within. Dholes exhibit an insatiable hunger, and their methodical consumption of entire planets has earned them a fearsome reputation as planet devourers. Dholes share similarities with Chthonians, another species of massive worm-like creatures covered in viscous slime. There are theories suggesting that Dholes and Chthonians may be closely related or even identical entities. Furthermore, both Dholes and Chthonians are associated with the vermiform god Shudamel, revered by the Chthonians. These connections hint at deeper cosmic connections between these monstrous beings. Encounters with Dholes are rare due to their preference for darkness and their nomadic nature. They are known to dwell in the Vale of Panath within the Dreamlands, where they crawl and burrow amidst mountains of bones. The rustling sounds they create and the slimy touch they impart are often the only signs of their presence, as they remain elusive creatures. Only through dim rumors and whispered tales are they known, as nobody has ever witnessed a Dhole directly. Their elusiveness and the inherent mystery surrounding them only amplify the dread they inspire. Color out of space. The color out of space is an extraterrestrial force or entity that originates from outer space or other dimensions where natural laws differ. It arrived on Earth via a meteorite which crashed in the vicinity of Arkham, Massachusetts. The exact origin of the color out of space is unknown, but it is believed to have come from a distant and alien realm beyond human comprehension. The color out of space is an enigmatic entity that manifests as a stream of insubstantial, alien, and sentient color. It defies human perception and cannot be accurately described or comprehended. It appears as an undulating rainbow of cryptic poison, constantly shifting and changing in hue and intensity. The color is alien and unrecognizable, radiating an unearthly luminosity. Witnesses have likened its appearance to a surreal painting or a scene from a twisted nightmare. The color out of space possesses a range of extraordinary abilities, which contribute to its devastating impact on the environment and living organisms. When it first arrives on a planet, it releases sphere-carrying embryos into the surroundings. These embryos seek out nourishment and begin to germinate, infiltrating and infecting the local ecosystem. The larval form of the color is a jelly-like creature that can grow to immense size. As it spreads and infects the area, the vegetation experiences rapid and unhealthy growth. Fruits and crops become swollen and abundant, but they possess a bitter taste and lack nutritional value. Insects and animals born within the infected area suffer deformities and mutations. During the night, the infected region is illuminated by an otherworldly glow emitted by all plant life. The vegetation contorts and writhes as though subjected to an invisible force, reminiscent of a powerful wind. Even humans residing within the affected area emit the same spectral light, their bodies seemingly infused with the Eldritch color. Over time, the larva matures into a young color, embarking on brief excursions to feed and drain the life force from the surroundings. The life drain is characterized by the rapid aging and decay of living organisms. Victims' skin turns gray, cracks, and develops strange fleshy growths. Ultimately, all affected plants and animals perish and the drained area becomes barren and lifeless. Once the young color has depleted enough energy, it departs from the planet, returning to the depths of space to reach adulthood. However, remnants of the entity may persist in the area where it initially landed, causing a slow and continuous decay of the land over the years. The color out of space is an entity driven by its insatiable need for sustenance. It lacks a comprehensible consciousness or motive, operating solely on instinct. Its actions lead to the corruption and degradation of the environment it infects, rendering the land desolate and devoid of life. The entity's arrival has dire consequences for those who encounter it. Individuals within the affected area experience physical and mental deterioration, descending into madness, poor health, and ultimately death. The color's presence induces a sense of cosmic horror and existential dread, as it represents an incomprehensible force that defies human understanding and defiles the natural order. One of the most well-documented encounters with the color out of space occurred in Arkham, Massachusetts on the Gardner farm. The Gardner family, upon their exposure to the entity, suffered a harrowing fate. The land became tainted, the plant life exhibited bizarre mutations and discoloration, and the livestock suffered grotesque transformations before succumbing to a state of decay. Nahum Gardner, the last surviving member of the family, provided a chilling account of the entity's nature, describing it as a sucking, burning thing that is not of God's work. Other notable encounters with the color out of space have been reported throughout history, although details vary due to the entity's elusiveness and the madness it inflicts upon witnesses. There are accounts of entire villages and regions succumbing to the entity's influence, with the land left barren and uninhabitable. Legends and rumors persist about hidden pockets of the color's presence, where remnants of its insidious influence continue to linger. These places are often shunned by locals who fear the malevolent power that taints the land and the horrors it can unleash. It is crucial to note that direct confrontation or attempts to combat the color out of space have proven futile and often resulted in catastrophic outcomes. The entity's nature and otherworldly abilities render conventional weapons and defenses ineffective. Instead, those who encounter the color are advised to seek immediate evacuation from the infected area and alert the appropriate authorities to prevent further contamination. Flying Polyp. The flying polyp, also known as aphoroplasm, bubbling ones, flesh twisters, floating horrors, or they who leave the mark, is a terrifying extraterrestrial race that originated from outer space. These enigmatic creatures arrived on Earth approximately 750 million years ago, constructing peculiar basalt cities adorned with towering, windowless structures. Legends and rumors suggest that the Polyps may have also erected cities on 3 other celestial bodies within our solar system, including Mars, Neptune, and Venus. Upon their arrival, the flying Polyps engaged in a fierce war with the great race of Yith, a race of time-traveling beings. Although initially defeated and forced underground, the Polyps emerged during the Cretaceous era, approximately 70 million years ago, seeking revenge against the Yithians. They swiftly exterminated their ancient adversaries, showcasing their ruthless and vindictive nature. Over the ages leading up to the present, the majority of the Polyps departed from Earth, leaving only a portion of their kind behind. These remaining Polyps retreated to hidden subterranean lairs and deep ocean trenches, lurking in darkness and striking down any intruders that unwittingly stumble upon their resting places. The entrances to their dwellings are often concealed beneath the Earth's surface, hidden within ancient ruins or sealed wells. The reasons behind their choice to remain on Earth remain shrouded in mystery, with numerous ancient tomes speculating on various theories. One of the most unsettling aspects of the flying polyps is their physical form. Unlike any known animals or plants, these entities exhibit an uncanny ability to twist and shape their dark, plastic-like flesh. It is a cancerous mass adorned with strange growths, multiple eyes, and mouths. They possess a semi-material nature, with some parts of their bodies phasing between visibility and invisibility. Despite their apparent flight or hover, they lack wings. Instead, they move using invisible limbs, which they walk, jump, or crawl upon. A distinct footprint consisting of 5 circular toe marks, measuring approximately 6 feet in total length, serves as evidence of their passage. The true nature of the flying polyps remains elusive, as even the records preserved by the great race of Yith provide only veiled descriptions, hinting at their horrifying attributes while avoiding precise details. They possess the ability to fly, although the mechanics of their flight remain enigmatic. They display remarkable control over air currents, manipulating them offensively and for other purposes, causing devastation to their adversaries. Their mastery over the elements, particularly wind and air, grants them immense power, capable of unleashing destruction upon anything that crosses their path. Encountering a flying polyp is a harrowing experience, for they embody the otherworldly and grotesque. Their twisted, multi-eyed visage strikes fear into the hearts of those who behold them. Their malevolent presence, combined with their elemental manipulation abilities and vengeful nature, establishes the flying polyps as formidable adversaries within the Cthulhu mythos. They are a haunting reminder of ancient cosmic terrors that once dominated Earth and other worlds, leaving indelible marks upon the annals of history. Hound of Tindalos. The Hounds of Tindalos exist beyond the confines of conventional reality, residing within the angular dimensions that intersect with our curved space-time. Their true form remains elusive, for few have survived encounters with these abominable entities. Witnesses have described them as nightmarish creatures, grotesque amalgamations of angular shapes and unholy geometry. Their bodies possess a surreal fluidity, with sinewy limbs that seem to extend endlessly into impossible angles. These limbs terminate in razor-sharp claws, capable of rending both flesh and reality itself. The hounds possess a sleek, ethereal presence, their forms constantly shifting and warping as if struggling to maintain cohesion within our three-dimensional realm. One of the most chilling features of the hounds is their eyes, which radiate a malevolent, otherworldly glow. These eyes, devoid of mercy or empathy, pierce through the fabric of space and time, seeing into the very souls of their victims. It is said that staring into the eyes of a Hound of Tindalos is to gaze into the abyss of eternal terror. The Hounds of Tindalos possess an array of formidable abilities that make them nigh unstoppable predators in the cosmic tapestry. Their mastery over the angles of time grants them unparalleled agility and the ability to materialize at any point in space and time, bypassing barriers that would confound mortal beings. These nightmarish creatures exhibit a profound understanding of temporal manipulation. They can navigate the non-Euclidean labyrinth of time with ease, tracking their prey across ages and dimensions. No matter where or when their victims seek refuge, the hounds relentlessly pursue, their hunger unyielding. When a Hound of Tindalos sets its sights on a target, it initiates a sinister ritual of manifestation. Smoke, tinged with an eerie blue luminescence, billows forth from the corners of space, heralding their imminent arrival. Through these ethereal wisps, their elongated heads and sinuous bodies emerge, contorting through the very fabric of reality as they breach our world. The hounds possess a deadly arsenal of attacks. Their hollow proboscises, resembling writhing tendrils, inject victims with a noxious substance that liquefies flesh and erodes sanity. This substance, often likened to a pulsating blue pus, is both their means of feeding and a conduit for spreading dread and corruption. Gnoph-Keh, Legend of the Ice. The Gnoph-Keh, also known as bear monsters, Nanruki, Oto, Untekef, or Whitehorns, trace their origins to the ancient land of Hyperborea, which is now modern-day Greenland. They emerged during the Hyperborean Age, an epoch long forgotten. It is believed that they were once a human tribe dwelling in these cold, desolate regions. However, they turned away from their earthly gods and pledged their allegiance to the great windwalker Ithaqua. This devotion transformed them into something otherworldly, forever severing their ties to humanity. Gnoph-Keh are horrifying creatures reminiscent of polar bears but twisted into monstrous forms. They possess 6 limbs, enabling them to move with unnatural agility and speed. Their bodies are covered in shaggy white hair, allowing them to blend seamlessly with the wintry landscapes they inhabit. A single sharp horn protrudes from their foreheads, adding to their fearsome appearance. Their mouths are filled with wicked, razor-sharp teeth capable of rending flesh and bone with ease. Gnoph-Keh have the ability to walk both upright on 2 legs and bear-like on all 4s, but they are also known to utilize all 6 limbs simultaneously, displaying their unholy nature. One of the most notable abilities of the Gnoph-Keh is their mastery over blizzards and the manipulation of temperature. They possess the power to summon intense blizzards, obscuring visibility and making navigation treacherous for those unfortunate enough to encounter them. Additionally, they can lower temperatures to bone-chilling levels, freezing their surroundings and creating an environment suitable to their icy predilections. The Gnoph-Keh are intricately connected to Ron-Tegoth, a cosmic entity that they seem to worship. There are also suggested associations with other powerful entities, such as Ithaqua, Jar, and Loigor. Although their origins are rooted in the Book of Ibon, earlier accounts describe them as a race of vicious cannibals, expelled from Lomar by mankind and the Vormis. However, in later texts, they are depicted as solitary creatures, often referred to as the Hairy Thing, leading to confusion with Ron-Tegoth. Some sources erroneously describe them as reptilian, although such a combination of reptilian and hairy attributes is rare. Gnoph-Keh are known for their territorial and individualistic nature. They tend to inhabit remote and frigid regions, including Greenland, northern Canada, and other isolated wintry wildernesses. Encounters with these creatures are exceedingly rare, as they prefer to remain at the periphery, observing and waiting for those who dare to venture into their domain. However, during particular celestial alignments, or when they sense the presence of Ithaqua or other manifestations of the Great Old Ones, they might gather in small packs for reasons unknown. They are feared by those who possess knowledge of their existence, and some isolated communities have transformed their fear into a twisted form of worship. These communities venerate the Gnoph-Keh as heralds of icy fate, embracing the chilling touch of Ithaqua. Unfortunately, such devotions often lead these communities down a dark path, indulging in cannibalistic practices and participating in blasphemous ceremonies alongside the Gnoph-Keh. The Gnoph-Keh are on the brink of extinction, teetering on the precipice of oblivion. Their population has dwindled to the point where they are now encountered as solitary creatures, rarely seen in pairs, let alone packs. The encroachment of civilization and the decline of their natural habitats have contributed to their decline. As humanity continues to expand and encroach upon their wintry domains, the Gnoph-Keh's opportunities for survival diminish further. Great Race of Yith, Mental Time Travelers. The Great Race of Yith, also known as Yithians, originated from a distant planet called Yith. Their true forms on Yith are shrouded in mystery, as their physical appearance is unknown. Seeking to preserve their existence, they developed an extraordinary ability to project their consciousness across time and space. On Earth, the Yithians projected their minds into a species native to the planet, assuming the form of immense rugose cones standing 10 feet tall. These cone-shaped beings possessed muscular locomotive feet and 4 extensible arms or tentacles emerging from the apex. 2 of the arms ended in claws or pincers, 1 terminated in 4 clustered trumpet-like organs, and the last was crowned with a spherical yellow head. The head boasted 3 dark eyes, 4 stalked flower-like hearing organs on top, and a number of green tentacles hanging beneath. Their blood was dark green and incredibly viscous. The great race of Yith communicated through a complex combination of clicking and scraping sounds produced by their pincers. It is believed that they also possessed some form of telepathy, allowing them to communicate directly with one another. In addition to hearing and seeing, which they shared with humans, they possessed other senses inaccessible to species that swapped bodies with a Yithian. The Yithians used their head tentacles to write, while their red, trumpet-like organs served as both their means of consuming food and drink. Their sustenance consisted of a nearly liquid gray substance, unlike anything familiar to human palates. The great race of Yith lacked sexual dimorphism and reproduced through the laying of seeds in water. However, due to their remarkably long lifespans, which spanned several thousand years, reproduction was a rare occurrence for them. The Yithians possessed an advanced and evolved mind, enabling them to project their consciousness across time and space. Their most distinctive ability was coercively exchanging minds with individuals from other species, regardless of the vast temporal or spatial distances separating them. When a Yithian took over another creature's mind, the consciousness of the affected individual was transferred to the Yithian's body, while the Yithian's consciousness occupied the host body. Yithian society resembled a fascistic socialism, with an equitable distribution of vital resources among individuals. Leaders were chosen through a voting system, with voters requiring specific qualifications. Crimes were rare, but when committed, they were punished through various means. Punishments ranged from the removal of privileges to imprisonment, execution, or the infliction of severe emotional trauma. The severity of the punishment depended on a thorough understanding of the underlying motivations behind the crime. The great race of Yith built multiple countries and inhabited existing structures left behind by the flying polyps, an extraterrestrial race with whom they had a traumatic history. While their countries rarely engaged in warfare, occasional civil conflicts arose. Despite their limited need for physical combat, the Yithians maintained a formidable military force equipped with weapons capable of unleashing devastating electrical charges. The military guarded the ruins and trapdoors where the Yithians had imprisoned the flying polyps. The acquisition of knowledge played a vital role in Yithian culture. When a Yithian swapped minds with another creature, they diligently sought to learn about the society and scientific advancements of the given time period. Simultaneously, specially trained individuals would interrogate the mind of the possessed creature. If language barriers existed, language recreation machines were utilized. While the minds housed within the great race were considered prisoners, they were treated with fairness, and the individuals could earn privileges by writing reports about their respective time periods. Although death was rare among the great race of Yith, when it did occur, it was met with ceremonial interment. If a Yithian found itself unable to return to its original body due to impending death, the minds remained swapped, and the Yithians treated the departing consciousness with utmost kindness and respect. The Yithians harbored a deep-seated animosity towards the flying polyps, an enigmatic and malevolent extraterrestrial race. These beings had committed unspeakable acts against the Yithians, leading to a profound taboo surrounding any mention of them. The Yithians held a superstitious fear of the buildings and structures created by the flying polyps, often leaving them abandoned and untouched.